Good afternoon, Code Simplifiers. Behzad is here from Code Simplifier Coding School. First of all, Happy New Year to you all. I hope 2022 brings you all happiness, wealth, and health. In today's video, we want to add more stack panels into our project. With no further talk, let's get into it. The first step, it would be finding and opening our project. I already have my project open, but I will close it and reopen it for you so you can learn what to do from next time onward. Find a folder on your desktop where you have saved your project. And here is my folder. Then open up your folder and find this file with this format. So basically it is the name of your project and this is the format CSPROJ. Double click and wait for Visual Studio to open up your project. Our project with previous settings is ready to use. Click on the play button and wait for the program to be ready. Here is the picture of our final design. In our last video, we created the main stack panel, which was meant to cover the whole screen. Before we go ahead, I want to let you know that what we will be doing today and possibly the next session is going to be deleted. The reason behind it is, firstly, I want you to see how the stack panels are working, and secondly, you will learn an efficient way to design your user interface and write less code. Even though we are going to be deleting our work, I highly encourage you to practice along with me so you will be familiarized with properties and their functions. Here in our Visual Studio, let's write a comment and describe the stack panel. Between the start and end tag, we will write the comment and we will create our stack panel. We created our first stack panel on the left. Now let's divide this first stack panel into smaller pieces. So I'll just draw a line with a different color so you can see how the things are working. Here we can draw and separate these two sections. So we ended up with the top and bottom stack panels. Now we will go back to Visual Studio and we will design these two stack panels. Here I am between the start and end tag panel of our first stack panel. Let's create the bottom stack panel by following the same principles as our first one. We created our stack panels. Now let's go back to our design to check what we need to do next. We are in our design section. Here is a rule of thumb. If you only have one item, you don't need to contain it. I'll explain what I mean in a moment. In our top stack panel, we have three items: the customer detail, which is a plain text, customer name text, customer name box, customer phone, and customer phone box. The customer name text and box needs to be contained in a stack panel. We will be doing it for two reasons. Number one, they are next to each other horizontally. And secondly, we want them to behave as one item. Don't worry if it sounds a little bit complicated, I'll show you what I mean. Here we have a single item, which is a text. We go to Visual Studio to create it. Between the start and the end tag, create a text block. So we just write down a text block. Just bear in mind, you don't need a closing tag for the text block because it doesn't contain anything but a simple text. So / and is a self-close tag. Here we just write down a text and the text is going to be customer details. Save the work and now go back to your app to see what we get. Here it is a customer details, which is a plain text we created. Here we want to create a stack panel to contain the customer's name text and its box. So I'll just create two lines here. And we go back to Visual Studio and below the customer details text, we will create this item here. I added these comments to the customer details text. Below this item, we are going to create two comments and a stack panel to hold the customer's name. Inside the start tag, here, We want to set up our orientation to horizontal, and we will give a background to it. So the orientation is going to be horizontal because we want the items to sit next to each other. Then we will give a background to it as salmon. Save the work. The main reason we add the background is to see how the styles will affect the item we're creating. Then between the tags, we will have a text block, / and we will have a text box, / The text block text is going to be customer details. So it will be customer details. And the text box is going to be placeholder text. It's going to be customer name. Save your work and see the app how it looks like. As you see here, we gave a background to our two items. They're sitting horizontally next to each other. And here I wrote customer detail, which should be customer name. Save the work. And here it is. We created this item too. Because the steps are going to be repetitive, I am going to stop the video here because I don't want you to get confused. In the next video, we will be doing the same thing. But before we go, I want you to challenge yourself and create the second item on your own. The steps are similar to what we've made, and the only thing you need to change is the background color. Please let me know in the comment how did you go. In the end, if this video was helpful to you, please make sure you like the video and share it with your peers. Also, if you are new here and this video was helpful to you, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, as it is the way to support our work and giving us confidence to create more content similar to this and share with others. Have a great time, and I will see you next time.